hotel takes the name from this architect. You stay at Hotel San Gallo. This room was a house. You can still see the fireplace. Now people were living here. This corner was the corner of a tower, because the city had towers. Maybe someone of you has been to San Gimignano in Tuscany. It has many towers. Perugia was like San Gimignano, but the towers, there is only one left. The materials of the towers were recycled. And here there was a street that was going to the lower part of Perugia, to a church, to the church of Sant'Ercolano in the lower part of Perugia. Everything closed into a fortress. It's an underground city now. And some parts of it are still closed because they are still cleaning. It's really, really big. And imagine how big it was before they destroyed the wall, the bridge and the second fortress. It was one of the biggest military buildings in the world. But in 1861, when they defeated the Vatican, they were so angry and so proud of the victory that a symbol of the Vatican was destroyed just in a few days.
What year was that?
1861.
Oh,
1861 is a year that when you travel in Italy is extremely important, because Italy exists since 1861 only.
That was the
unification. Italy is a country with a lot of history, Etruscans, Greeks, Romans, everybody. But as one country, it's very young. It's not like England, Spain, or Portugal that existed centuries ago. We are young, 156 years.
Is the space leased, can the space be leased by corporations and organizations for meetings, for operas, for musicals?
Sometimes they make exhibition. They don't make music or show because the acoustic is not the best here.
But it can be used by private sector?
Maybe if you ask the government, because usually it's used for public celebration and festivals, but I'm sure that the government gives it also to initiatives, individual initiatives. There are many rooms. This place is huge. It's the biggest jazz festival in Italy. Every year, almost 1 million people.
Is it all space?
No, upstairs there is a stage. Up here in the gardens, and another one in the main square, and then the stadium below your hotel. There is the main stage. And then next month, at the end of October, the chocolate festival.
It starts on the 14th.
Yeah, 15 years.
Yeah,
And here they make a chocolate
the
exhibition, here and in the city center, of course. There's a well, a fountain. From here they were taking the water before the construction of the church. Imagine this, how many of these things you see outside in Italy. Many. This one was outside. This is the original level of the city. Here there is the symbol of Perugia, not very visible. We will see it better. The symbol of the city of Perugia is a griffin. Since the Etruscan times, the griffin is a mythological animal. It's half lion and half eagle. It has the body of the lion, but the wings and the head of the eagle. The griffin is the symbol, has always been the symbol of this city of Perugia. Look at the pillars the architect made just to put all this weight on top. Here there is the palace of the province. Now when we go upstairs we will see it. It's very heavy. The architect here to put all this weight on top made an incredible job. And remember that we are in a seismic area. There are earthquakes here often. The last one was last year. And here everything resisted for centuries. Perugia, Assisi were not damaged by the earthquake of last year. They made something that can last in the centuries. In some other places, houses that were built 50 years ago collapsed. I told you before about the Etruscan walls of the city, the first wall built 2,300 years ago. This wall in this area is included in the fortress because it was very strong, and to save materials the architect put it inside. We can see a part of it inside. The big stones that we see there are stones of the Etruscan walls. And also this arch This one was the southern entrance of Perugia during the Etruscan period. Here there was nothing. When the architect built the fortress, he decided to put it outside. Instead of losing it, he just brought it 5 meters away from the wall. He understood that this thing was part of the heritage of the city and he didn't want to lose it. So the arch was built by the Etruscans. The decorations are Roman. The Roman lived together with the Etruscans, so they didn't change the arch, they just decorated the arch. They made the statues and the inscriptions, Colonia Vibia, Augusta Perusia. But in the middle, here, there is the flag of the Vatican, not very visible, but here there are the 2 keys of St. Peter's, the flag of the Vatican State, and P.P. III, Pope Paul III, the signature of the Pope that built the fortress. This is an Etruscan but also Roman monument because the decorations are Roman. Rome means power. The entrance of the fortress, a Roman gate, gives power to all the buildings. You know? Rome has been the most powerful empire of the history. And this one was the main entrance. Now most of the people enter from the escalators above, but this one was the main entrance of the fortress. Okay, now we go.
Is that the same glass that you were referring to?
No. In the cathedral, you see the stained glass is made there.
Yeah, I was going to say, you realize where he's...
When you go inside, you
not
don't
solid
really realize,
underneath.
no?
Right.
Huh?
It's not solid inside, it's open.
It's open, no? It's empty. Lots of empty spaces. Incredible. This building was made in the 1800s. It's one of the newest buildings in the city center of Perugia. And you can stay there.
How do they make this? I mean, what kind of materials? I mean, I can see brick, I can see all kinds.
Local stones, recycled stones that were taken from the houses inside. Stones, basically, stones and bricks.
And what's the mortar? What do they keep? How do they keep it together so it has lasted all these years?
Concrete.
Concrete.
Yes. Concrete was invented by the Romans, so this technology was known in the 1500s. The Etruscans didn't know the concrete, this arch. The Etruscans invented the technology of the arch, one of the most important steps in the history of architecture, not the arch. Yeah,
Is that
very important.
Dry stone?
It's dry.
Yeah.
This arch, now no, but when it was built, you have to imagine here this gate and the walls, the Etruscan walls, and through the gate you could enter Perugia. These big stones were cut perfectly and put in the perfect place, and they were dry, no concrete. Concrete was invented later by the Romans.
Yeah, they had to be amazing engineers.
Yeah, they were incredible.
Yeah.
Did they ever use egg whites?
Yes, just for the most difficult works.
Most difficult works.
No,
Okay.
not in this.